Alright. Hello fellow viewers and welcome back to yet another live stream edition of Safari Saturday. And now or today we're going to be hunting shinies that can be found in Area 3. So there's around 6 areas in the Safar-Zone, some of which are only accessible post-game, so you need to beat the Elite Four and the Champion first. But this is a very old, like decades old save file where I did that literally 20 or almost 20 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, so that won't be an issue. Hey there, the fiery chameleon. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Want to try to make it to this live stream? This is a nice vibing zone. Yeah, definitely. Thank you also for that. I always try to keep it as a very nice zone, or just to stick around, not be judged. Discuss the most random things possible, you know. Okay, so the ones that I'm most interested in would be, for now, Rhyhorn and Pinsir. So let's go for Pinsir first, since I remember that frame being earlier. And I'm gonna use... wait, I should maybe do that before I act upon anything else. I have certain Pokemon with me. Marino, the shiny Lileep, square shiny Lileep I might add. It has the ability Suction Cups, which will help us once we cast out either the good rod or the other rod, the super rod. This one, Ginger, always a good companion, has Pick Up as a wonderful and very practical ability, and she also knows Surf, so I'm gonna use that later. And then our synchronizers, my Adamant Espeon and my quirky Umbreon. And then of course Tropica, my Tropius, which will be using Sweet Scent, because in the Safar-Zone, as you might know, you don't send your Pokemon out into battle. That's not how it works. But still, the if I put a synchronizer in the front of the party like this, and then I save right here, then I'll get more. Usually when I use a synchronizer, an adamant or a quirky one, I get more frames than I usually would get, which is very practical. So yeah, I think I babbled for too long already. Let's start the process. So the frame that I want for the Pinsir is 15,168. So let's start. Fortunately, I will not be able to stream tomorrow, but in case you are part of my Discord community, I'll be having a voice chat with my viewers. So you're more than welcome, if you're interested, to join. Given, or if you are in the Discord server, of course. If you're not, then that's not possible. Okay, so to go to Area 3, you need to follow the steps that I'm running right now. And then you reach this point. You cannot pass this, I guess, muddy ledge. I don't know what I guess that's what it's supposed to be. You need to use a speed bike, so you can, or the Mach bike. There's 2 kinds of bikes in this game. One is the speed bike. This is what I'm using right now. And the other one is the bike that can be used, acro bike, it's called in English. Can be used to jump. So there's certain obstacles you can only get across if you use either one of the bikes, and in order to get to Area 3, which I am in right now, in the Safar-Zone, you make sure to bring your Mac bike, or else you're not gonna really get into that area at all. So just in case you maybe want to do the same thing I'm doing, keep this in mind, and you'll be able to get a lot of shiny Pokemon in the Safar-Zone Area 3. As the thumbnail suggests, there's a lot of really nice looking shinies. Pinsir is a nice one. Rhyhorn I also like, the kind of reddish brown it has. And by surfing, I would also love to, or hopefully, get a Golduck, which I can get in this area. There's other areas in the Safar-Zone that also have lakes, or like a body of water where there's other Pokemon to be caught, to be found. And Area 3 specifically has a Golduck that's possible to get. I don't have a shiny Golduck yet, so that would be very interesting to get one. What else is there? A Seaking you can fish with the Super Rod. That's why I brought Marino with suction cups, so that the Super Rod, the cast of the rod, will always end in a success. Unfortunately, fishing RNG is kind of unstable. The most random things, like casting the rod, can advance frames, and it's kind of hard to get the right frame. That's why I'm not that much of a fan of fishing RNG. I tend to get more accurate results when I do Sweet Scent. But to be fair, I have, of course, successfully captured many shinies using RNG manipulation via Super Rod or Good Rod or even Old Rod. So it's definitely doable. And it's definitely not as annoying as Rock Smash RNG. That one is really the worst. I've never had any success with that. But not because I missed the frame, but there's only an encounter in, I think, 10% of cases. So even if you hit it frame perfectly, you might still fail it, because when there's no encounter, there's no shiny, right? Seems logical. That's because it is. And that was a Rhyhorn, but I'm not looking for a Rhyhorn right now. Looking for a Pinsir, although I also or always welcome accidental shinies, as I call them. And an accidental shiny is sometimes I hit a shiny frame, but not the one I was initially looking for, and then I get another shiny. I've gotten, I think, 20 shiny Odysseys at this point via this way, accidentally. Some of them I did look for. So that's always kind of a thrill that can happen. And that makes wild hunts very fun compared to sometimes stationary hunts. Although I have to say, static or stationary encounters, even though you're only getting one Pokemon, if it's a legendary and you get one live and you capture it live successfully, that is definitely a boost towards your confidence. I have to say, I mean, I have witnessed this myself. Maybe this is also a good time to mention that there's a possibility of you, yes you, having one of the, or getting one of these shinies that I capture. So any shiny really that you see. And I do that if you either, doesn't matter what kind of donation, but if you just donate $1 or you become a Patreon for 1 month, or you sent me a donation over on Ko-fi. Actually, not sure of the pronunciation, but everyone says Ko-fi, so that's why I copied that pronunciation. But yeah, the gist is $1 gives 1 shiny, and you can have free choice of any shiny that I have captured on this channel. And I will trade it over to you either by the Nintendo Switch. I can all transfer them. They are legit. Even the shiny Mew and others, they do transfer. The Pokemon Home sees them as legit, so you can use them. You can even use them online. Which, if you ever wanted a specific shiny and you wanted to have a certain nickname or maybe other things, you can consider that. There's definitely some shinies that are fan favorites, like the Mew, the Rayquaza, of course. Shiny Rayquaza is one of the, I think, the most popular or wanted shinies ever. Yeah, I would say that. Of course, I can't pull every single Pokemon fan on planet Earth, but I'm pretty sure that if you could do that, then shiny Rayquaza would at least be in the top 10. I would wager that, yeah. And if you're wondering, well, does that still work? Because the Nintendo online services for the 3DS and the DS have been shut down. And yes, it still works, no worries. Pokemon Home works, not Pokemon Home, sorry, Pokemon Bank works regardless if the online services are online or not. So no worries there. Hey there, Kaiser comes in. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Glad you could make it. Shout out to one of my Patreons, Kaiser comes in. Oh, I have something to tell you. Maybe I should do it before you go, since you probably won't be here for long. You know the thing that you sent me, was it the boiled one phenomenon? That analog horror thing? Well, you told me to not look it up before going to bed, and guess what? My brain was like, no, I need to know what that is right now. I need to know what Kaiser Kamazin is talking about. And I did. And yeah, it was disturbing. But it appeared in my dreams, and yet not in the way you thought it would. You know what happened in my dream? Wasn't a nightmare. That creature from that video was a classmate. It was a freaking classmate, and everyone was picking on him because he was so scary looking. That was the dream. I felt bad for it. That's what my brain does. I'm kind of glad I'm immune, so to speak, of nightmares with creatures like these. They do appear in my dreams, but never like I think they would, or... Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, they were just pointing their fingers and just making jokes, bullying him basically. And at first I was like, why am I back in class? I'm in elementary or primary school. I'm a 30-year-old woman. Why am I here? And there was that thing from the boiled one phenomenon, just sobbing. And yeah, no one wanted to be his or her friend. But that's pretty funny. Yeah, it is crazy. But I really wanted to tell you that before you go. I knew this morning, okay, I have to tell him that is definitely not how I thought this would go. Kind of also reminds me of SCP, some SCPs. Definitely the cognito hazard aspect of that creepypasta, I guess. Can I call it a creepypasta? It's not a text, it's not a written text, but it's a video and analog horror thing. Nah, I don't lose sleep over that. If I lose sleep over things that I'm afraid of, it's abstract fears, like the fear of failure or adult fears, I guess. I'm not scared of monsters like these. I'm more scared of actual real monsters that are just really dangerous individuals, humans, right? I was worried when you said it appeared in your dream. Yeah, I mean, even if it would attack me. Have you ever played any Steam games where you open, like Team Fortress 2, where you open the console and then you type Buddha mode and nothing can hurt you? And you can just no-clip through walls? Like creative mode in Minecraft, that's what my dreams are. Even if some monster appears, it just... either the attacks don't do anything, or they just phase through and I'm like, okay. If something weird like that appears, it has to be a dream. Oh, there we go, a shiny Dodrio, but that's not what I wanted. Oh well. You know how this goes. Okay, so... do want to keep my Pokeblocks for another shiny. I already caught one of these. Okay, I should go closer. Okay, you're still there. Good bird, good bird. Man, I wish all my dreams were creative mode. Yeah, but I'm just a very, like I dream every single night. Sometimes even a couple of times. Stay in the ball, bird. Even fits you so well with that green design. I've been dreaming like every single night and, oh, that was close. Oh well, that can happen. I could maybe calibrate as well, since it did flee. Was level 29. Okay, but well, I think I hit this one instead. So let's try. And yeah, since I've been such a proficient dreamer, I guess, I also have a lot of lucid dreams. And maybe because I have played way too many video games, kind of adapted these phenomena or these things into my dreams. They're incorporated. I can also sometimes press the reset button in dreams, and then I get to try over again. But there's a downside to having dreams like these. And the downside is that when I wake up, I don't feel as refreshed as I should. Really feels like, I don't know, they take away render capability, like my brain is rendering too much and yeah, I think that's how I could describe it. It's weird, but that's just the way it is. Only half are actually good. It's been such a long while since I had a dream where a monster really is attacking me or something like that, and I have to really... Yeah, the last time that was when I was a little girl, like younger than 11, I think. Not sure anymore since it's been such a long time. Oh, and I don't know if you knew that fact, but if you eat a lot of cheese before going to bed, you have a higher tendency to dream. I don't remember the exact molecule that has that effect. Hang on, let me check that. Oh, it's tryptophan. So the amino acid tryptophan heightens your odds of dreaming. And there's several clinical studies that show that if you eat a lot of cheese, which cheese usually has a lot of the amino acid or amino acid, I've heard both, but I always say amino acid, tryptophan. And with high enough doses of tryptophan, you'll have more vivid dreams. So maybe that can help you, Kaiser Kamazin. And to be fair, my Italian side really does run in my body in terms of I really like eating cheese. So maybe it also has something to do with that, me eating maybe a bit too much of cheese. But then again, is there enough cheese? Time to eat some cheese. Yeah, pick good ones. Like I suggested already, raclette is just so good, you should try it. If you can, of course. I wouldn't know where to eat that in the US, but I mean, the US is such a large country. There certainly has to be some kind of restaurant where you can eat that. There's some really good Asiago cheese that when I go to northern Italy in Udine to visit family, we'd like to bring back a huge wheel of Asiago from that region, and it's so good. You can just eat it like that. You don't even need... Oh, there we go! Shiny pinsir already. Nice! Alright, it is adamant, so I'm going to give it a red Pokeblock. Let's see, I have... This one's a bit better, so... Do I have others? No. So 25, that's a good level. Don't you like that? Oh, he really loves it. Okay. Here we go! Hopefully I don't fail this, because... Looks so good, that shiny looks so good in Emerald. Oh! Oh, come on, don't troll me like this. Okay, you're still there. Good, stay. Please stay. Look at that shiny, it looks amazing. And if you trade that over to newer games... No! Please stay. Okay, good. Another chance. Yeah, you can Mega Evolve it later. Oh, please stay. Oh, it's still there. Phew! Am I getting trolled again for 5 minutes? Is this happening again? Yeah? Okay, sure. I've had shinies waste all of my Pokeballs. Oh no! It fled. Oh well. Time to try that again. That would have been nice. There certainly is, but I'm not sure how far away it may be. I'm also not sure how to spell that word, so I can't look it up, sadly. Let me help you with that. It's raclette. A Swiss dish. Very good one. Oh man, I really hoped to get that shiny pinsir, but... You know, that's... just a Safar-Zone for you. It is a gamble. Even if you have good Pokeblocks, even if... I mean, I can RNG manipulate the shiny to appear, but what I'm unable to do is RNG manipulate it so that the Pokemon stays in the ball, unfortunately. Oh, you're welcome. So, yeah. I am RNG manipulating, but I'm not in full control of the RNG, as you can see. Oh wow, there's actually someone serving it where I live. Oh, that's really good. That's really nice. So the way it's eaten is you melt the cheese, and then you, once it's kind of liquid, and before it starts bubbling too much, you pour it on potatoes, and sometimes you also eat it with cooked or grilled bacon, with I don't know, salads or other things. It's very easy to combine it with other meals. And I love it. It's a cheese lover's dream, basically. And the Swiss, let me tell you, they know how to make good cheese. They definitely do. I mean, they are basically, not basically, they are world renowned for their cheese. And if you're really lucky, you can get different types of raclette to use. For example, some that are with, there's pepper in it, or some with other things like sauces in it, barbecue sauce in it. What else is there? Spicy ones, if you like it more, like the Scoville units being higher than usual, if you're like that. Then there's also cheese for that. Or with garlic in it, which is one of my personal favorites. I agree with Wario on there. I love garlic. My husband's when my husband cooks for me, sometimes he asks, "Is that enough garlic, or is that not too much?" No, it's never too much garlic. Garlic bread, that's also such a... Oh, now should maybe stop myself before I make myself hungry on accident. Can't really eat a full meal during the stream. At least I'm very, or somewhat old school in that regard. I don't want to talk too much while I eat, having a mouthful. Hopefully I'll get the Pinsir again, and this time it won't flee. I'm also okay with another shiny, as long as it doesn't flee. Okay, what do I get? Pinsir, please. Shiny, please. Oh, I get a shiny Gloob instead. Ugh. Okay, sure. Yeah, this is already... Oh my god, what the hell? It fled! This isn't real. I've got 3 shinies to appear, and they all flee. They all flee. Why am I doing this to myself? It's just a thought that crossed my mind. But still, I mean, I already have shiny Gloom. This would have been an adamant one. I think I have an adamant and a quirky one, not sure. Yeah, I know, it's a wonderful trolling session here again. By the way, the shiny Gloom, that was a, oh wait, I forgot about the calibration. Oh. That wasn't very intelligent. Don't do that, what I just did. But yeah, the shiny Gloom, the first one that I managed to catch in the Safari-Zone, the first one that I saw, it fled. Just like it did now. What you saw just now. The second one I managed to catch, but I wasted, I think, almost all of my Pokeballs that you get, because you only get like 30 Safari balls. And it proceeded to just stay in the battle for 5 minutes before finally getting caught. Different level of luck, yeah. I mean, at least things are somewhat interesting or spicy, but I should have checked what level it was. I don't remember anymore. It was level 31, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, 31, then I hit that frame. Yeah, that should have been the frame. So I was 2 frames late. After this attempt, I'll do this as a calibration. Or maybe, I mean, I get the Pinsir back, who knows. Will this be the stream where I have where I get a lot of shinies but they all flee? Well, let's see where this goes. Chamomile tea is pretty good. I like that with a dash of honey. But I usually drink tea without sugar. It's more healthy. Since I already, I have to say, I drink 1 soft or fizzy drink per day, and I try to keep it, like, as a rule, not more than 1 a day. Because they're not really that healthy. Of course, I'm a sweet tooth. I like them. That's those sweet things, those are my vices. I don't smoke, I don't drink alcohol, I don't take any illicit substances like that. I don't gamble or don't have some form of addiction. At least not that I'm aware of. But the sweet thing, I let myself eat that or drink that like once a day, and I'm like, okay. Sometimes even a bit more, but I try to compensate by doing rigorous activity. Are you also a big fan of chamomile? Yeah, as a tea, it really never fails. It's kind of like the vanilla of teas, I think. It doesn't taste too strong, but it's just right. Like a good base. You just drink it and it always works, it always fits. And you can combine it with a lot of things. And there you're back, Shiny Gloom. How are you doing? Okay, this time you don't flee. Okay, so I'm 33 minutes in and already this is... Let's say it's interesting. Okay, 1, 2, 3. First shiny got. The Shiny Gloom decided to stay in the ball. Any name suggestions? Well, we're here, might as well. So I hit update because the frame that I've gotten was the shiny level 31 Gloom. Almost a mascot, yeah. I mean, I can still get an accidental oddish in the stream. This is still a thing that can happen, definitely. Like, if I hit... What was it? If I saw that correctly, 15,166 gives me a oddish. Yeah. So if I've hit it 4 frames earlier, or 2 frames earlier than the Pinsir frame, then I'll get it. You know what? Chamomile. Let's see if it fits. Chamomile. key, so let me check. I do think... Oh, it has only one L in English. I sometimes get that mixed up. You know, when I always say, okay, I am a polyglot, I know several languages and I'm fluent in them, but sometimes you mix some words up and you get confused. For example, in many languages such as French and German, the word for chamomile has two L's, so that's why my brain was like, wait, I remember this having two, but... There we go. Oh, you got Pokeros as well? Oh, that's nice. Right, so let's save here. And then we try again for the Pinsir. And hopefully this time it won't flee. But now I'm actually good in getting my frames right. I know what happened yesterday, for example. Was it yesterday? Yeah, and some hunts that I had recently, I just kept missing the frame, no idea why. And now I'm very consistent in hitting them actually. But of course, if the shiny flees, well, that's beyond my control. Ironically enough, I have a couple of Master Balls, but these don't... You can't do anything with them here. Ah, that's not good. Of course, it's an Oddish. If I get a encounter like that, I do have to reset again, because while you're in a battle, the frames advance. They advance twice as fast, and that's obviously not something you want when you want to hit a very precise frame. So the timer that I'm using on Eontimer will not be. So it will not fit with the frames that I want, because of course if the in-game frame counter goes twice as fast as my Eontimer, of course it's not gonna match up again, so it's kind of pointless. Hopefully that doesn't happen. No, it didn't. Very good. And now let's hope for the best. So Pinsir, that's this. I have two Pinsirs that I could get with my synchronizer. One is the frame that I'm currently trying, and the other one I could maybe accidentally hit as well. That would be frame 15,219. And I could deduce which frame I got based on the level that they appear. So maybe I'll also be able to do the calibration then. Or I catch it then. Oh well. Adamant is also a very good nature for Pinsir. Maybe some of you would say I prefer Jolly, that's fair. And if you trade that not Heracross, sorry, that Pinsir, although the same is true for Heracross as well. If you trade that Pinsir up to Generation 6, you can have a shiny Mega Pinsir, which is also a very nice Mega. And the Gloom, with a Gloom you have another interesting option. So the evolutionary line of Oddish splits. You can either use a Leaf Stone to turn a Gloom into a what's the English word again for the last evolutionary stage of Oddish? For some reason now it doesn't come to mind. Why do I... my brain just readily gave me the French and the German names, but not the English one. But yeah, the other one is, the other option that you can have is, or choose, is using a sunstone, and then you'll have a blossom, a shiny blossom. So that's just like a little tip for those of you who might choose a shiny clone in the future. Trying to think of, come on, it's Rafflesia in French, but it's Giflor in German. Vileplume, that's what it is. So you can have a shiny Vileplume or a shiny Blossom, whichever you prefer. Okay, let's see. What frame did I hit? Let's see. A Pinsir frame, but not a shiny one. So let's see what I get this time, this stream. Good thing I seem to be hitting the frames pretty consistently. At least until now. Hopefully that trend continues. And then later I'm also gonna, there's a, as I said before, there's a lake in Area 3 of the Safari-Zone. And I haven't had a shiny Golduck yet. So I'll definitely try for that one. But right now, I'm definitely focused on the Pinsir. Seeking would also be a interesting one that I didn't get. I mean, I have shiny Seekings, multiple even, but not one from the Safari-Zone, at least not yet, or not, yeah. Not from here. Today's the best day to do that. Should be able to do the both streams on Safari Saturday and Safari Sunday next weekend. So one of them will be in Area 3, just like I'm doing it here. And the other one would be in Area 4. And what you get in Area 4, you can get a Thanthy, which I already managed to get as a shiny. An Oddish again, because that thing haunts me wherever I go. And then a Natu, which I did manage to get. A Gloom, a Xatu, which I also already have as a shiny. And the most interesting one for me, at least for me, is Heracross. You have a horrible headache? Oh no. That doesn't sound too well. Are you feeling better at least? That's good to hear. What kind of headache is it? Is it like you hate seeing bright lights and you just need your eyes closed, or is it a is it like some kind of pressure in your head, or? Because sometimes I can kind of feel the difference between stress headaches, sickness headaches, and unfortunately I get headaches when the atmosphere pressure changes for more than 5 hectopascals, then I get a headache. That's not fun. I mean, granted, then I know that the pressure changed, but do I really need to know that? It's just one of the many genes that I inherited that I wouldn't pick if I had the choice, but oh well. You win some, you lose some. I'm also a super taster, which sounds cool, but trust me, maybe it's not that cool. Especially if there's a lot of dishes I can't eat because of said super taster genes. Hey there, Ahmed. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Oh man, this stream is until now I've gotten one shiny gloom that I caught. And there were other shinies that appeared as well. A shiny Pinsir, which I wanted, but it fled, of course. And also a shiny Gloom that fled. And a shiny Dodrio that fled. I think that was wasn't that the first reset? So it's already definitely not a boring edition of Safari Saturday. Definitely trolly, but that's what some of you are also here for, which I don't judge you for that. It is somewhat, I have to say that, and yeah, being honest, it is somewhat funny seeing someone streaming online and failing, or maybe calamity ensues when they do shiny hunting. Yeah, sorry, I'd be more talkative, but I'm just playing this in the background right now as I try to rest. Hey, you don't need to apologize for anything. I completely understand. You don't need to be very talkative in the chat if you don't feel like it. And to be honest, if this is too much sound for you, it depends on the headache, then just mute it or turn it off. That's okay. I mean, your well-being, that's what's the most important right now. I would ask if you have something to, like any kind of pain medication that you have. But then again, this is the US, where you're from. Not sure if that's easy to get or... I mean, the cost of medicine is really a entirely different story where you are from. Doing bad? Oh boy, that's not good. My sister decided that today is the day to make a loud party in our new house. Oh, I hate people who put loud music without thinking of what other people think of the music. Yeah, definitely very annoying. At least if you're gonna have a loud party, ask beforehand. May the 4th be with you. Thank you, Ahmed. Yeah, I just realized that it is that day. Now, like 10 p.m. in the evening. I especially dislike it when people play loud music in public. And that's coming from someone like me. I like hardstyle and rave and like loud music. But I don't play that out loud. I don't feel like first I'm just not like that. And I always think about, wait, would other people in the room or in the vicinity where I am, would they prefer hearing that or would they prefer not hearing anything? And mostly the answer to that question is don't even play any loud music. Doesn't even matter if it's elevator, chill music. I always ask beforehand, don't just go around and play. Or even just loud videos in public, you know. For some reason, when people do that, they always have to choose the most obnoxious music they could. Almost as if they are doing it on purpose, although I don't go around thinking that about other people. I assume they are not doing it on purpose. May the 4th be with all of us, and may this be a shiny. And yes, it is! A shiny Dodrio, alright. Will I get it this time? Okay, Birp is still here, very good. So I got a level 29 Dodrio, okay, that's the frame I fit, I think. Oh, you're still here, good. Wouldn't mind missing this one, I already have multiple. Oh, you don't want to stay, hmm? Oh, you do, but not in the ball? Okay. I had a party a few days ago and that certainly hasn't helped whatever I have right now. Oh, yeah. Going to parties while sick isn't fun. Oh, come on, stay in the ball. And it fled, of course. Tale as old as time in Safar-Zone. I would never do, and I don't understand people doing this, but not judging them or speaking down on them. I just couldn't do shiny hunts, like not RNG, non-RNG shiny hunts in the Safar-Zone. Because that kind of shiny fail would really make me, not insane, but would really make me angry. At least with RNG manipulation, okay, I do fail a shiny, but as you can clearly see, if I hit the frame again, I get another chance. So I have, with RNG manipulation, you essentially have infinite tries. Of course, technically not, because that's the lifespan of the universe is not, probably not infinite, but you get the idea. I don't hate loud music, yeah, neither do I. I have a lot of metal music and other loud songs, but I hate listening to music from my family. The taste in music is not mine, it's different. Like, what kind of music do they listen to? There's some genres out there, I always try to be very tolerant, but there's just some genres of music that, I don't know, not a fan. Yeah, get well soon, Kaiser comes in. It is somewhat of a interesting phenomenon, though, that if people play music you don't like, it's always, it seems more that it happens more often, but maybe that's just a certain bias, because if you hear loud music that you don't like, you tend to remember that more negatively, and then that, I think, just sticks around in your memory. I've been picked on my music taste, it sucks. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, Kaiser comes in. I've been picked on my music taste as well, since I like hardstyle a lot. And because that's not conventional music, or normie music, whatever you want to call it. You don't hear that in the radio, at least not usually, you don't. The only radio station that I know that sometimes plays it is in the Netherlands, but that's where the music genre comes from, so. Middle Eastern music, which is loud nonsense, just nonsense, nothing makes sense. I wouldn't know. I don't think I know a lot of Middle Eastern music. There's one meme song that I know. It's not a song that was made for a meme, but the song has become a meme. Like the helicopter song, that's pretty funny, but But then again, that's the only word I kind of understand since I don't speak the language. Hey there, Arch. Welcome back to the stream. No, not one watching. I don't know why it says that. Right now, I don't know why it says with you, but it says 0, and that can't be possible. I know for a fact my husband is watching, Ahmed is there, Kaiser Kamazin is there, and then you. So, why is it showing 0? That doesn't make any sense. But we've already had some spicy things happen. That's a normal gloom. Not interested in that. We've already had multiple shinies and most of them fled. Unfortunately. Really want that Pinsir. It says 3 people for you. Should say 4 though. That's strange. And on my end it says 0. That doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, average YouTube not working moment. That's why I don't really pay attention to these numbers, because they don't seem to be very valid or accurate. Still says 0 on my end. That's crazy. Doing very good. Found my old YouTube videos from 2018 that racked up over 10,000 views. Oh, nice. I have a well, do you mind sharing them? Oh, you got the old channel back? Oh, nice. Is it some random video? What's the video about? I mean, you don't have to tell me if you don't feel like, of course. I have a video from like one of the first countdowns that I did from 2012, I believe, which is now at this point 12 years old. And I think it has reached or peaked, I think it's over 500,000 views now. They were recorded from Roblox, but they're silly. But they have some kind of, you know, charm, NARM charm to them. Yana, why do you feel your husband has a beard? I don't know, no offense, just a feeling. I feel my husband has a beard. My husband has a beard, and I like that beard. He didn't always have a beard. I did request him to let it grow out, and I prefer him with a beard than without. If that's what you wanna know. I really like beards on most men. And his beard is also interesting in the way he has curly hair, and his beard is also curly. Yeah, beards are cool. There's some men that just, they slap a beard on, as to speak, and then they just look even better. You don't like beards? Yeah, I mean, I'm coming from a position of not having a beard, right? I can't grow on, too much estrogen in my system for that. And I've never had one, so I do know from men that have beards, telling me how it sometimes gets in the way of many things. Like eating and drinking things. So, my argument is purely aesthetic. Can't really say for how it feels like to have one. I do kind of hope it stays that way. I'm not planning to have a beard anytime soon. Oh, they're scratchy and not fun. Looking oddish, but not a shiny one. Now it jumped to up to 3 concurrent viewers again, but I know it's not 3. Has to be 4 minimum. Which is very strange that it just doesn't show that. Oh well, I mean, doesn't really bother me too much. It's not accurate anyway. Okay, good. No encounter before I do the sweet scent. Mustaches though, I'm growing one and I hate it. Oh, are they worse than beards? If so, how are they worse than beards? Is it because of the fact that they are right above your lips, that they interfere a lot with eating? I would definitely understand if that was the case. Okay, so my assumption was correct then. Used to have a video on YouTube, I got 10 views and 3 likes. It's 48 minutes calling the whole one night at Flumpty history since 2015, or from 2015 until 2021. The video got removed to do 18 plus jokes and I did this say it's 18 plus. Oh, so what you're trying to say is you had to change it to say this is not for viewers under 18. Just not a fan of any facial hair because it makes me itch. Yeah, I mean, completely understandable. Just like I know women who are not fans of, I mean, they are fans of high heels, but they don't wear them because they just, either they can't walk in them, that really needs, you need to train that. It's not too easy. Or they just too uncomfortable for them, so they never wear heels, or, yeah. To them, comfort is more important than style, which is absolutely understandable. I always try to balance the two. It's also interesting how facial hair is itchy for some, and to others it isn't. But then again, there's so much variety in the human body, and just generally the human experience. Like, for example, my hair. I have a lot of hair, and my hair is also like 80 to 90 centimeters long right now. At least that would be my guess, my estimate. They do reach my, like, the hip length. Or they're starting to become butt length, actually. And let me tell you, if you have hair like that and it gets wet, then it can become quite heavy. But I've known women who had also that hair that was that long. But because their hair was thicker than mine, or it just soaked more water than mine does, it was way too heavy to them, and they had like they got a headache from that. So that's why they cut the long hair. I don't know why, but I randomly want to say one word. Nya. Well, you did it. Also feel like not a lot of guys can properly grow facial hair, and it just doesn't look good then, in my opinion. Yeah, like, if you only have a neck beard, for example, and doesn't grow anywhere else. Not that you can really change anything about that situation. I guess it's genetic. Maybe you could put some hair growth spray on it, but of course that's not. It's not water, right? These molecules have symptoms and side effects that you do need to keep in mind. I've seen people, or men specifically, not being able to have any facial hair at all, and they used, the same molecule that you have in Regain or Rogaine. The name changes depending on where you get it. And once they used that, they got a full beard after a couple of years. It's the molecule I'm talking about is called minoxidil. You can use that. Usually it's used for pattern hair loss, which sometimes occurs with some men. Yeah, now where's Classic and Human name and everyone? Feels so lonely without everyone here. Well, no idea where Classic is. And Human name, I think I remember him telling me he wouldn't be able to be here tonight. It depends on the day. Sometimes not everyone can make it, or sometimes they come in later. But yeah, there's some guys that I usually see here that I miss, but I just know from James also as well. Don't think he can make it tonight. Maybe a bit later. My dad has a beard that looks like Drayden from Dragon Gym Leader in Pokemon Black and White. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, you're right, Arch. It's kind of more quiet than usual. But hey, I mean, I'm happy if even one shows up. And I do know some of my viewers usually never are there live, but they rewatch the streams later. They listen to them later on. Hey there, Junior Gaming, welcome back to the stream. Hopefully I'll get a shiny soon. Before it did happen, I've gotten quite a bit of shinies, but most of them fled. Which is always a thing that can happen in the Safar-Zone, of course. I think Junior Gaming has been here before. At least I do remember seeing that name. But everyone is welcome here, be it new or old. No, I wouldn't say so, Arch. Okay, let's see if this is... This gives me what I want. Let's see. No. Okay, so I think I'm gonna change a bit and try for the... So I go to encounter type in Pokéfinder, I go to surfing. And then scroll down in location for Safar-Zone Area 3. And then I go for the Golduck. So let's try that. Oh, what? I zoned out and I don't get it. Well, I don't think you are, that it's you the reason why people don't chat here. If that's what you missed. Then again, the what I see being online and what I experience right here, it's kind of delayed. Okay, so going to area 3 now. This is area 2, which also has a pond, but we already were here plenty of times. Okay, so if I have to go here and then to the north, take these stairs, and there's your lake. Change my account name. It used to be Junior Lumsden, but now it's Junior Gaming. Ah, that's why it felt familiar. I know there was one viewer of mine who had something Junior in the title. So let's see if that shiny Golduck will show up. Funny that yesterday I had the most crazy shower. I felt like a newborn after I got out. I can believe you, Ahmed. After all the vigorous activity you needed to do, all the moving furniture around and arranging things. Maybe you also had to do the wallpaper. Put that on. That's also that is quite burns a lot of calories, I would say. And after you were unable to shower for a couple of days, that shower is gonna feel like heaven. Definitely know how that feels. And yeah, I'm just like you, Ahmed. I don't like being not hygienic or dirty, or just oily in general. Luckily I am not I don't have oily skin and my hair is not greasy, but still I don't like that sensation. Playing Battle Cats right now, very fun. Oh, Battle Cats, that thing on the Switch? Is it on the Switch, isn't it? Maybe I'm mixing it up with something else. Alright, I'm gonna go. To be honest, I just ain't feeling like watching the stream. I just feel there's something wrong I need to attend to. Hey, no problem. You don't, if you don't feel like watching the stream, then you're free to go. I'm not holding anyone hostage here. And I'm glad you dropped by. Even though I don't think your suspicion or bad feeling, I don't think there is any need to worry for that, but you do you. Hopefully you did have fun. I was glad to see you yet another time, and yeah, either we hear from each other tomorrow if you're gonna be part of the voice chat that I'm gonna do in my Discord server, or I see you on another stream. So have a good one, Arch. Yeah, see ya, and thank you for the good luck. I'm gonna need it, definitely. The water was hot for 95%, that last 5% the water turned cold. Ooh. Yeah, I prefer, or I almost always take warm showers. I had to suffer to finish my shower, had mixed feelings. I was happy, but the cold water traumatized me. I know how that feels. Really cold showers, not a fan. I know people that swear by them, doing that every morning to become more awake, but nothing, not for me. Oh yeah, I did get a Switch port. I thought you were playing that. And you said it's fun? I just saw the trailer, and that's it. I mean, I am a cat lover, so... Better not use the Mach Bite and do something stupid again, since I am playing on a GameCube and using the control stick for up, down, left and right. Sometimes that kind of messes up and you accidentally press right or left and then, yeah, can't really... Can't really say that is the ideal way of playing it. But then again, once I have a GameCube controller in my hand, I just automatically the muscle memory takes over. I like cats and taking over the world, so it's very fun. Oh, you also like taking over the world? Have any attempts yielded desirable results? Can't take cold water, even the hottest days in summer. I would never dare to use cold water. Okay, I'm not a fan of cold water, but I have done cold showers, at least not freezing cold, but pretty cold, after a sauna. But that's like the only moment where I really have or take a cold shower, that's it. But then again, when you come out of that, it's like 90 degrees Celsius in there. Which I'm not sure how much that would be in Fahrenheit. Not sure. 90 degrees. So that would be 194 degrees Fahrenheit, which, yeah, that is very hot. And no, you don't burn there, you don't get cooked alive. It's very warm, hot even, but the air pressure and everything makes it feel pretty good. Love to game because I can't take over the world in real life. Yeah, I know. I know. I also have that problem, unfortunately. But maybe you could take over the world with cats. I mean, there's still that possibility. No, please, I don't want to have this stream only yield me a shiny gloom and that's it. I mean, it was fun, and I mean, I know that people watch this just to see fails. I don't blame you, I definitely don't, and once this format is over, or I've gotten every shiny, I definitely will do a fail compilation. I'm already basically in charge of the world, so I can hook you up. Oh, definitely, thank you. There's certain changes that I really want. Right, let's see what I get. A Psyduck. Don't wish to take over the world, but I'd love to see the world fall into darkness. That's kind of darker than the other one. Like, if I say I want to take over the world, I'm kind of joking, but if I could, I would definitely not plunge it into darkness. I don't want to be worshipped or anything. I don't care about things like that. I just want us to have a comfortable existence on this planet. My life sucks. I wish everyone suffered like me. I don't have these ideas all the time, but sometimes. Oh, it's actually as someone who also has suffered at some points. Don't become what... Like, you suffered because of some people that made you suffer. That is sad. And I do feel for you for that, but don't repeat the same mistakes and make others suffer just because you suffered. My philosophy is I have suffered, so I don't want others to suffer or go through the same things I've gone through. I think that's also healthier. And it doesn't create vicious cycles with that one did that to that person, now that person grows up to be bitter, traumatized, and angry, and then they make other people suffer, you know, and so on and so forth. That just goes around in a circle, and we have to rise above that and break the cycle of suffering. Well, I mean, evil is when you do evil things. Actions make you evil, not thoughts. Pretty sure everyone had thoughts like that at some point, or thoughts that kind of lean in that direction, where you really want to hurt someone, or other things, maybe in the spur of the moment when you're really angry. I have a cat in real life. Nice. Need just about 999 more and I could have my own battle cat army to take over the world. That would be glorious. I'm doing it for the worship. At least you're honest, Kaiser Karmasin. I mean, you have Kaiser in the name, so that's emperor for you in German. So, not surprised. But yeah, I wouldn't care for the worship. I don't need that. I do dress in a very... Like, I like having colors that really pop out. But I'm actually... I don't want to be in the spotlight. Not necessarily. I don't need it. If there's one video game world you would wish to live in, for me it would live in for me Little Nightmares world. It's beautiful. I love it. Little Nightmares world. I would have to get more into that franchise, Little Nightmares. I don't really know a lot about it. Almost barely anything, actually. But if I would live in a video game world, I mean, Kirby's world seems to be a very calm existence, very peaceful, living in Dreamland. If not, Pokémon, of course, would also be very interesting to live in. If it is somewhat family friendly like the Pokémon franchise, because if you think about it, having animals with superpowers everywhere is actually kind of scary. A psychic type could just, you know, end you while thinking of it, and then your innards are turned into spaghetti. Oh wait, what did I do? I did go into the grass instead of the lake. Stupid me. But yeah, I think I would go with Kirby because, I mean, Eldritch Abominations exist in that universe, but Kirby's always there to save the day, and it's very sweet, very calm, very peaceful. I like that. And you got amazing views. So I think these two. Oh, was that just... Did I see that correctly, or did the game just kind of have a frame rate drop? Weird. Okay, don't go into the grass. You have the frame set for the little ducky, and not little ducky, the big duck. There we go. Hover over Sweet Scent. Got Kaiser Andrew or something. Oh yeah, the Kaiser isn't enough. You need God as well. The monster of the little kids. Not sure. Know that if you see Little Nightmares world, you think I'm crazy, but I'm serious. It's Depression world. It looked like my paradise of darkness. Okay, so you're edgier than me, Ahmed, which, fair. I'll have to look at Little Nightmares. Okay, so... Oh, it seems to be kind of like a very grim dark world. Why did YouTube make this? Why? Why what? YouTube does very strange things sometimes, I have to say. I mean, might as well. The god really adds to the pizzazz. If Kaiser isn't enough for you. How many times would you like to get worship per day then? Is once enough, or is that not even, like, would that be 1/10 of what you want per day? No, I'm not edgy, but I'm more of crazy evil like the Joker. So more inclined towards the dark things. So are you familiar with the Dungeons and Dragons morality chart? Where you can be classified as either in two axes, so lawful, neutral, and chaotic. And then the other axis is good, neutral, and evil. Where would you place yourself? Do you ever see those Eat, Sleep, Fortnite repeat shirts? Yeah, in many variations with Eat, Sleep, game repeat, or Eat, Sleep, manga repeat, or anything of the sorts. It's like that, but replace Fortnite with worshipping the god Kaiser and think it's good. Alright, I see what you mean. Pay me a good wage, and I'll worship you, no problem. Yeah, D&D. Okay, that's not what I want. So I'm gonna try one more time for the Golduck. And if that one doesn't come or show up, I'll go back to the grass. And try my hands on a Pinsir again. Or maybe a Rhyhorn this time. Oh, you're lawful good? I always try to act lawful good. So I would say, I mean, my husband would immediately say I am lawful good, but... I mean, I try to act like that. Not always lawful good, sometimes lawful isn't the best choice. Once I take over the world economy, I'll pay you well. Oh, that sounds like a deal. Anyone who promises me to change the current capitalist system to something better, yeah, I'm listening. Geez, already 11 PM soon, wham. Time really flies. And it's already May. Are you referring to the amount of emojis you can spam? I have some big plans for when I take over the world. It's called communism. Wait, you sound like Marx. Marx, is that you? Have you risen from the grave? Because, fortunately and unfortunately, you were right about a lot of things. Till this moment I have a bad attitude. I'm going out at midnight to see the destroyed old building. They make me feel happy that my old type of place, or no, my type of place to be me. So you go somewhere where a building that is destroyed or abandoned of some sort, and that gives you comfort. I mean, sure. I kind of like it when there's when nature kind of takes slightly over a dilapidated building, and I don't mean with there being fungal spreads everywhere, but more like flowers grow and grass grows, algae grows. Yeah, it's me, John Communism, also known as Karl Marx. John Communism. Imagine being pulled over, and the police ask you for your ID, and it says John Communism. Or you're a politician, and you say, "Vote for me, John Communism." I think I'm gonna stream for another half hour at least. I would be kind of bummed if only the gloom is all I got today, but that's sometimes how it goes. There's gonna be a lot of fails from the Safar-Zone hunts. So the shiny... Oh wait, I want to change things. Okay, so now I'll go back to the grass. So that's encounter type Safar-Zone, Safar-Zone area 3. And let's try for Rhyhorn. And then... Yeah, what's the earliest frame? This is the earliest frame. Gonna try for that. For about half an hour. Then I'll have a even 2 hour stream time. Communism bomb incoming. Drop the communism bomb, please. God knows if I said vote for me, John Communism in the US, I'd have everyone over the age of 50 against me. Yeah, you'd mysteriously die of multiple gunshots to your head, you know. You'll get boinged. CIA would not be happy with a John Communism. Oh, you got a funny story. I'm all ears. I always like funny stories. Or anything, really. John Communism TM. Yeah, registered trademark. Or copyright. The first German I learned was from me listening to an old song in German from East Germany. Ah, okay, yeah. I have no idea why I was listening to that anymore, but it's kind of funny in hindsight. Yeah. Although, I mean, I am on the camp of leftists who say that East Germany wasn't really truly communist or socialist. It was state capitalist, which I'm not a fan of. Or at least if something is left-wing, if it's authoritarian, I'm against that. I don't want anything to be authoritarian. It was a propaganda song. Yeah, I think maybe I know which one you're referring to, because one of them from East Germany, or the DDR, as they sometimes refer themselves to. There's one song that got viral, and it's a propaganda song. Oh no, the USSR and the puppet regimes weren't communist. Yeah, I mean, I know you know that, but Kaiser Kamazin, if I have discussions with, like, about that, people just look at me and say, well, what are they then? And when I say they're state capitalists, they're like, they never heard that. No, they're not. If the state owns the means of production, that's not socialism. For socialism to be socialism, it needs to be in the hands of the workers, which in the USSR it wasn't, and in China they are not like that at all. So why would you call that communist? Wouldn't even call it socialist in the first place. And communism is, like, I mean, you definitely know that. It's a end state of socialism, where you are so far in that you don't have classes anymore. A classless society. We don't even really have a socialist country, so how could we possibly have a communist one? Yeah, they were incredibly authoritarian as well, so it wasn't communism. Yeah, it depends on who you ask, but I would agree with you. At least that's not the kind that I would vote for. Not with or against the USSR, but I love the anthem. For a split second, I thought I was gonna have another shiny oddish taunt me, but no, didn't happen. Not this time. The USSR anthem is really nice, yeah, I agree. A lot of anthems are nice though, even if the lyrics are kind of too patriotic sometimes. Does that even make sense? I know for some people saying too patriotic seems strange. From my understanding, communism isn't authoritarian at all. Yeah, from my understanding as well, from what I've read of communist theory. But that's all my interpretation of things. Yeah, there's certain leftists, like some Maoists and some Stalinists that are very authoritarian, and yet they claim to be communist, but I would never vote for a Maoist or Stalinist. Like, I'm not a fan of authoritarianism at all. Any kind of, it doesn't matter if it's left or right wing. I'm just against unnecessary hierarchical structures. Jeez. Why was that so hard to say? I've said harder or more difficult to pronounce words today. It's funny when you love a song that you don't understand. Yeah, there's some Turkish songs or Finnish songs that I don't understand a single word, but yet I am there trying to sing along. Also, patriotism is fascism in my opinion. Yeah, they very often overlap, definitely. They're not always one and the exact same thing. I know people who are patriotic, but they're not fascist, but usually these two concepts go hand in hand together. Hey there, Alex, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Hey, same people here. How are you doing? I'm just for a couple of minutes, and the first thing I hear is Stalinism beautiful. Yeah, you know how my streams are, just random discussions about anything. But yeah, we were talking about like the East Germany or USSR, if they are truly communist, which I would argue, and Kaiser Karmazin is also has the same. He shares that opinion with me, that they aren't because of certain factors, like they are too authoritarian, and in a communist society like they are described in the works of Karl Marx or Friedrich Engels, that's definitely not the case. We don't even have a socialist country, as in not really anything I would call socialist, but state capitalist, which is not the same. If the state owns all the means of production, that's not socialism. That's state capitalism. That's something else. That's what I would describe China as. And I'm not a fan. And then I said there are some leftists that want some kind of, or they say they are for communism, but also for a authoritarian kind of communism, which are very often Maoists or Stalinists, so that's why I said the word Stalinist. I think the problem is that after a revolution, it's very easy for an autocrat to take control. That as well. I wonder when you would show up, Shiny Oddish. It's been a while, huh? Now, will you taunt me? Or will you be caught? Okay. Shiny Oddish. I just want a Rhyhorn, so until now I've gotten a Shiny Gloom and a Shiny Oddish. You know the drill. Why does this keep happening? So my guess is I hit that frame. So let's save. What is truly communism? Genocide, repressions, war? I mean, you get that with capitalism as well. Of course, you could always say we want to establish communism, and then if you go with genocide and things like that, then in my eyes you're not really a good spokesperson when it comes to establishing a communist future. But in a future like that, you wouldn't even need war, because it would be a waste of resources and a waste of time. My mom lived in Eastern Germany for some time as a child. Oh, my condolences. Wasn't all sunshine and butterflies, that's for sure. Some good songs I listen to are Rara Rasputin. Oh, I like that song as well, but since I know German, I understand what it says. Love of the Russian Queens, yeah. Or is that there's multiple versions of that song. One of them is, if I remember correctly, is in German. Maybe I'm mixing things up. Yeah, and that's what Kaiser Karmazin says. I mean, a lot of people have fought in the name of communism, but a lot of people have fought in the name of almost anything, and kind of have to question if they're really fighting for that or if they have ulterior motives. The fourth is strong with Oddish. Little green bastard tried to, or just snuck into my stream again. Really isn't anything. No safari hunt without a accidental shiny Oddish. Also think that communism is inherently flawed because it depends too much on the goodness of others and willingness to follow that spirit in the revolution that just can't really happen in real life. Yeah, that's why I'm a proponent of slow incremental change. so that culture exists in a way where actions such as stealing and just generally deceit, fraud, committing any sort of crimes would not be worth it anymore. So communism, I don't think I would be. I won't witness that happen in my lifetime, and not within the lifetime of my hypothetical children or grandchildren. But maybe in a couple of thousands of years. I don't agree with the commonly held notion that human beings are inherently evil. We are not born evil, we are not born good, we are shaped by our environment, by our class, by a lot of factors. These shape who we are. Also character plays a role. Nature also kind of plays a role, but is used too much as an argument, where I would say nurture is more the thing we need to take a look at. But if that would happen, like a post-scarcity society, why would you steal anything in that society? You could just, like in Star Trek, you'd have a matter replicator and then you just print out anything you want. You don't need to steal anything. Yeah, that was a Star Wars reference when Darth Vader says the Force is strong with this one. It definitely is with Oddish. Yeah, a lot of people think Russia is a nice democratic country. That's a funny joke. Yeah, they declared themselves. It's like the People's Republic of North Korea. Very People's Republic. It's neither for the people, neither is it a republic. But they labeled themselves as that. That's... Or like when the Gestapo in Italy, they said, oh, but you can vote. And then you have a soldier behind you with a shotgun pointed towards you. Hey, vote. Yeah, it's democratic. You can vote, you know. But if the vote is a fascist or you get... Oh, there we go! Shiny Rhyhorn, finally. Okay, it's there, very good. And now I'll throw a red Pokeblock. Welcome back, human name. Perfect timing. Thank you for the blessings. Your blessings have worked. And now, hopefully, this thing will stay in the ball. No? No! No, it fled! It fled. Try again. Why does this keep happening? Let me tell you, human name, I've got so many shiny Pinsir showed up, shiny Dodrio showed up, shiny Rhyhorn just showed up. And they just flee. So I do get lucky with hitting the right frame, but I don't get lucky when it comes to the damn thing staying in the ball. And the only Pokemon, the only shinies that did stay in the ball were a Gloom and a, you guess it, a Oddish, of course. Always has to be an Oddish. Yet another shiny Oddish. I don't know how many I have. It's just ridiculous at this point. Oh jeez. And that kind of disrupted my discussion of politics. Don't think humans are inherently evil, but I do believe that it's almost impossible to remove the factors that lead someone to evil. Yeah, I would agree with you on that. I don't think you can remove evil 100%. But you can definitely take away a lot of motivating factors for people to commit evil. That's what I'm trying to say. Me not now, like 20 years ago. Oh, they still say it now. Which is, of course, propaganda, but... Yesterday, episode 2 of the Digital Quirks came out, and I was impressed with how Dodo SHIT that was even worse than the old episode. It was a bad episode. wouldn't know of that, but that's too bad. I know how it feels like when you watch a show and then it's just not good and you're just disappointed that you wasted that time. Now would they have opened their real face? Yeah, disgusting fascist face that they have. I can sense a shiny oddish coming before the stream is over. Well, let's see. I'm gonna stream for a bit longer and not I won't stop in 10 minutes. I definitely want that stupid shiny now. Slept almost all day, woke up for an air raid alert. Oh boy. Oh no, you heard a couple of explosions? Oh, you managed to fall asleep again? Well, at least you got some sleep and nothing happened to you, but oof. You must hear these raid alerts in your nightmares now. And I'm glad that I could help you with some creative endeavors, Alex. Also, shout out again to Alex, one of my patrons. I've also sent you more pictures of shinies on via Discord. I know it's a lot, and sorry for the spam. Well, hopefully that will, like, you can go through, and hopefully that will give you, put you in a better mood. And yeah, I do agree with the label thing. Sometimes that gets things, that makes things more complicated than they need to be. I don't know, I think a world that's truly for the people and by the people is practically impossible. Well, a lot of things were previously thought to be impossible and yet they aren't, like flight and other things. I think it is possible, but just not for us, unfortunately. I think we're born too early to experience that. I don't get it. Why do I hate the digital quirks? Everyone loves it. I haven't heard of it. Oh, you were right, Ahmed. You were right. You were right. There it is, your shiny oddish. So I hit another... And of course I catch that one. I catch that one, even though I don't need it. And the ones that I really want, I don't catch, of course. That's just comedy gold. My 9 years movies and TV show experience never saw as bad a show as the digital quirks. Okay, now you've piqued my interest. Kind of sometimes like watching things that are truly bad, to see how bad they get. Kind of in an ironic fashion. Someone is always going to want that power for themselves. Yes, that is true. But I'm not sure what the future holds. So maybe you can... maybe it's not us who is calling the shots in 1,000 years. Maybe it's a benevolent or malevolent. Could also be possible. AI or BI, so biological intelligence. Not sure what can happen, but I'm sure it is possible, although very hard to attain. And you're going to fight for it? Yeah, I'll also do my part. But yeah, as I said before, I do think it's possible. Although I do agree with you that it's very, very hard to pull off. And there's just so many factors that tie into this. That need to be very good at, or even perfect. And I'm pretty sure that some... Like, if you're talking about that in a more astrobiological context, that some alien civilization maybe attain it easier than we do. I'm sure of that. We have explosions all the time. Air defense is working. Seaport is nearby. A sweet target for invaders. Yeah. Yeah, you told that already. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Praise be the Weed Lord. The Weed Lord has shown itself. And you said it. Yeah, and you were right, Amit. Metagross looks amazing. One of my favorite shinies. Yeah, I can't blame you. That is a fantastic shiny. Completely forgot it exists. Oh, or that I have one. It's even really good. I mean, it has perfect IVs in HP, attack, and no, not in. It does in HP, attack, defense, and speed. So, and it's adamant. That thing is really good. The shiny. I'm not a fan of the Amazing Digital Circus. Oh, is it not Kirk's? Like I said before, I don't know if that is... I'm not familiar with that franchise. I'm sure Oddish is the strongest being with the Force. Oddish is the Force. It is the Force, I think. Yeah, Metagross is a wonderful shiny. Why fight for a democratic world when you can fall in line under the glorious leader who definitely has our best interest in mind? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I don't think that has been tried before, has it? That never goes wrong. Especially if the glorious leader has a mustache. Then it goes really downhill. Oh my god, I need it. I read that like in my head, like the SpongeBob episode, remember that? Where he visits Sandy, the squirrel, and she has like an underwater, like she lives on the sea floor, but she has a dome with air in it and an ecosystem more appropriate, let's say, for a squirrel. And SpongeBob visits her and he's like, oh, I don't need water. And internally he's like, I need it. Just read it like that. Metagross is one of the best shinies, definitely. I don't know if you saw it earlier, but like 99% of the time patriotism is just fascism, yeah. With extra steps, and I'm tired of living in a country where having that opinion has people thinking you're crazy. Oh yeah, definitely. I don't think you're crazy. I think you're actually the opposite, that you're sane. These two really go hand in hand together. I've seen the same thing. That's why I'm not a fan of patriotism. Okay, what do I get? A normal Oddish. Okay, can I still get a Rhyhorn? Let's see. And one that doesn't flee, please. Like, no, I don't want to say a pledge of allegiance, to an American flag every day at school. Yeah, that's so cultish that you do that. It's so weird. It comes as a cultural shock to me as a European that you do that. School starts, I don't have to do this anymore because I'm in college, but you do when you're younger. Yeah, I've heard. And that is very baffling to me. Like in Europe, we don't need to do that. We don't need to pledge our allegiance to the European flag or like the EU or something like that. It is very strange. Not a fan of that. No, I don't want to support my God-given right to bear arms. Oh, so you're also not you are against gun ownership like it's handled in the US? I mean, I can't blame you. You have a lot of shootings happening there. It's almost every single day you hear something like that happening in the US. And I'm not a fan of weapons as a pacifist, of course. But then again, in getting a gun in Europe is much harder than in the US. in some countries in the EU it's kind of easier, but we have extensive background checks from what I've seen. I actually know people personally in Luxembourg who do own guns. And you can acquire one in Luxembourg, but you have to jump through a lot of hoops. You have to prove that you're not a psychopath or anything like that. So at least there's that kind of check. It is a scary idea thinking about in the US, just anyone. I know it's not everywhere like that. It depends on the state and many other things. But it is scary that just any insane, angry person could buy a half-automatic gun and then just mow down some people. I miss when nationalism here only meant hating capitalism and wanting to preserve our language. Now people call themselves that because they're racist. Yeah, we also have something like not exactly like that, but somewhat similar situation in Luxembourg. It's a shame. People just voting against their class interests. And they just end up shooting themselves in the foot. And then you tell them, yeah, you voted against your interests. Oh, shut up. Oh, well, then enjoy your suffering, I guess. Ukraine has a strong position here. We were always at the crossroads. Yeah. Europeans in the west, Mongolians, Tatars at the east, Turks in the south, Wild Swamp in the north, and we between this. Yeah, also geopolitically speaking, Ukraine is in a very unique situation in that regard, definitely. Oh my god, lol, karma hit hard when I'm my sister who started the party, her baby broke her iPhone. Oh, she has a baby? So you're an uncle, Ahmed. I didn't know. Congrats. And well, yeah, babies, they don't know what they're doing. I wouldn't give a iPhone to a baby because you know how babies do what babies do. Can't blame them. I know it'll never be regulated. If it wasn't regulated after Sandy Hook, yeah, that's true. Daycare shooting when dozens of kids, you know, oh, that just breaks my heart. It'll never change. Yeah, you have big lobby groups with a lot of money that are against any kind of change in that regard. So I don't think that change will happen anytime soon. At least I'd be very surprised if it happened within my life. I don't think it will. Different cultures feel friendly to everyone until they decided to occupy us. Yeah. There's some zones on this planet or like places that have been in multiple conflicts for almost some over 1,000 years, others for hundreds of years. And I would add, or like I consider Ukraine to be that a part of such a nation or land or whatever you want to call it. All non-Slavic people of the USSR say they meet racism in Russia and almost never in Ukraine. Oh yeah, there's also that non-Slavic racism in the USSR and in Russia. Well, USSR doesn't exist anymore, but now Russia. I don't see people like that. I don't. Yeah, but unfortunately not everyone thinks that way. I don't even see nationalities. I don't care if that nationality doesn't like the other one. I mean, I do care that that's not a good thing to do, that you hate people because of a nationality, that shouldn't do that. But like, I don't care if you are from that part of the world or that part of the world. I see us as equal. There's no one who deserves more. No country deserves to be more on Earth than another one. universe couldn't care less, honestly. We could be wiped out tomorrow and that just be it. And then you have to ask yourself, is that how we want to spend our limited existence in this universe? By doing stupid things like that? Or do we want to actually discover some wonders of science? And I'm going with the second option, definitely. Yes, unfortunately, I am an uncle. I don't wish to be an uncle since my sister's baby is energetic and very annoying. Oh, so your sister and her baby, they are living in the house that you moved into? Yeah, I've understood what you said, but yeah, I mean, that's just how babies are, but don't be too angry with the baby. It's not her fault. Or his fault, I don't know the gender of the baby, not that it matters. I was 12 years old when I became an aunt. When my sister had her first child. Guns will get regulated in the US if anti-capitalist groups gets hands on them. Yeah, then suddenly it's like, we don't want you to have guns. That's dangerous, right? Putin sure seems to want to bring the USSR back territorially. Yeah, well, he's trying, but not sure that about the fact if he'll succeed. Hopefully not. I mean, imagine having to explain that to an alien, or we kill each other over imaginary lines. I would feel the worst secondhand embarrassment you could ever feel if that happened. And a normal oddish, not a shiny one. Russians like to call people from Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, etc. as black. Oh, or monkey cheese. What? I've heard that though. I've heard it before. Cheese. That's really racist. How could you say... God, that's just disgusting. Even reading that makes me feel disgusted. They feel disgust towards those who are not like them. How pathetic. That's tribalism that I would expect from cavemen who aren't advanced. But that we still have that today in the year 2024 is just, I don't want to accept that fact. I was in Moscow a couple of times and this was wild for me to see. Yeah, I also wanted to visit Russia once, but I think that plan is postponed until things settle down a bit. Except the Danish. Oh, so you're tolerant of all cultures except the Danish. Like that joke, except the Dutch. Is it from Austin Powers, I believe? That's where the joke comes from. No, they don't live with us. She lives with her husband. Ah, okay. I thought that maybe you had some kind of multi-generational home thing. That's very common in Italy, where you have multiple generations living in a very large house, or a house, somewhat a mansion, I could say, with like, I don't know, 6 rooms or maybe 10 rooms, and then you have grandma and grandpa living there, some children, and I mean, grandparents' children, which would be adults then. And if some of these have children, then they live in that house. It's very common in Italy. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was also something that exists in Iraq. One of the most evil things I do is how I always lie to my family about how I miss them when they leave. Aw. Well, at least you're not making them feel bad, but still. When my other sister left to live with her husband, I was crying fake tears. I was smiling in the inside. Oh geez, you're really not a fan of your siblings, huh? Do wonder what they have done to warrant such spite. I mean, don't wanna get involved, and it is none of my business after all. They have to be very annoying for you to fake tears. I can't fake tears. I can't fake something like that. I don't know how people do that. I think lying is just way too much work. And you need to have excellent memory. You don't need to mess up once or your lie could unravel really quickly. They can't be cave people. There are no caves in the swamp where Moscow was built. Just a median fair reads person. That's just everyone's opinion about the Danes here. Well, let me know if you want to invade the Danes. Anyways, I'm going to head out. See you guys later. Alright, thank you for being part of the stream, Kaiser Karmazin. And yeah, thanks for the stream. Thank you for being part, and see you next time. Oh, and get well soon. Hopefully the headache will clear. Okay, what do I get now? Let's see. Ah, shiny pins here. Yes, it's back. It's back. Fantastic. Okay, so I went for the Rhyhorn frame, but I hit a Pinsir frame. And I hit a specific frame, but now I'm going to feed it. And please stay this time. Please. No! No! Why? No! Why does this keep happening? This is again. This is evil, game. This is so evil. Well, at least I can calibrate now, but aw, come on. Hey there, Axu lover. Axu is God. Wow, you love Axu, don't you? Welcome to the stream. Oh god, I'm just laughing. Kind of in pain, laughing because I failed yet another shiny Pinsir. Yeah, the color is indeed nice, Alex, but I gave it a Pokeblock that it likes, and then it flees. Just like that Natu I had to get again. Jeez. What a crazy stream this been. This very entertaining in a way, but I really thought I had it this time. Oh well. It's easy to me fake crying mainly because I enjoy crying. I sometimes cry for no reason. Oh, you can cry without any reason? Okay. I'm not able to do that either. We should invade Denmark. The capital of the kingdom should be Torshavn. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. You praise Axu? Yeah, I mean, it is in your name. It's in your thumbnail. And Axu has a really nice shiny. It's black. Pretty sure you already have one, I would assume. But geez, what a stream, huh? Multiple entries for my future compilation I want to do. Where I show or I edit all the fails that I've gotten from the Safar-Zone. And in general, I'll also do a general fails compilation. Because people love these. And I'm also guilty of watching some. But to be fair, a a RNG fail isn't, well, like when you RNG manipulate for shiny, that doesn't really hurt too much. Because if I get hit the frame again, then I'll get it back. You have 100 shiny Axios? 100? My girlfriend found my 3DS and installed Tomodachi Life on it. Now I have no 3DS. And she added all of her friends from the island and now having fun with them. Oh, you said you had, do you still have the Japanese Pokemon Sun for the 3DS? Because we could be using that to trade, if you would prefer trading. Still have to get the, kind of busy with some things, but I can still do the, giving you a save file option. But if you have a 3DS, or your girlfriend has a 3DS in this case, yeah, that would definitely be also a possibility. Then we'd have to use Pretendo. But yeah, since you are a patron of the $5 tier every single month, and you've been a patron for since March, so that's like 15 shinies you can pick. Oh, you would prefer the save file? Okay. So a save file with 15 then. Okay, do I hit the good frame now? Nah. Okay. Probably will be able to trade later. This is a new 3DS and I donated the previous console. Yeah, you told me. Ah, jeez. Will I get another shiny that's not an Oddish, another Gloom before the stream ends? Let's see. But I want that shiny Pinsir and the Rhydon, and why do they flee? I give them good food. They should like it. They should stay in the ball. This new 3DS XL with no scratches in almost new condition. Oh, nice. But with cartridge slot broken too. Okay, so you have to repair that. What's your favorite fruit? For me, it's strawberry. I really like strawberries, but I also like apples, red apples a lot. Especially the Pink Lady variety, if you're aware of them. They're really sweet, really nice. What else? Watermelons in the summer, very good. And cherries. Yeah, those are my favorite fruit. Cherries, apples, red apples, strawberries, watermelons, even though watermelon, some of them are technically not, berries and fruits are not the same thing, but who cares? Bananas sometimes. Kiwis, I like the yellow kiwis. I prefer them over the green ones. I do like sour taste, but some green kiwis are just a tad too sour for me. And dragon fruits, I like dragon fruits. Dragon fruit are kind of the vanilla or the white bread of fruit. As in, they don't really taste like anything. If you bite into dragon fruit or you eat chunks, it just tastes like water. So like a watermelon without any real flavor. But if you just want to eat something to enjoy the texture, which I do, and you can, it's because it doesn't really taste like anything, or it doesn't have a strong taste, then that means you can easily combine it with other things, and that really adds to certain dishes, makes them even better. So yeah, I think those are my favorite fruit. Couldn't really pick between them. With cherries, well, not the sour ones, I prefer the sweet ones. Hopefully that answers your question. Pick one favorite fruit is a torture. Yeah, I really had to think about Ahmed's question there. Like, there's multiple that I really like. Yeah, exactly. There's so many good ones. Oh, and pears, I like a good pear. If they're green and they're really crunchy, I really love that. But not the yellow ones. Those, don't like them. Or the small yellow pears, I don't know. The taste is okay, but the texture, I really dislike that texture. I love apple, but not any apple. I love red, green apples. Oh, green apples I also like. Sour apples, actually, I like them. Shiny Dodrio, not Dodrio, sorry, Doduo. What, this stream is just absolutely all over the place. Let me guess, I'll catch you, but not the ones that I really want. Okay, level 27. I don't know what frame I've hit. I assume I've hit the earliest frame. Let's see if the shiny Doduo stays in the ball. Of course it does. So there we go, shiny Doduo, another one. Can I get a shiny Pinsir and a not Heracross, but that will be for another day. But come on, I want the ones that... this is like the game is playing a cruel joke on me. I only get the shinies that I already have. So this one, the shiny Gloom, and 2 shiny Oddish. Hooray! And yet the other ones, the Rhyhorn and the Pinsir, they just flee. I hate yellow apples. Yeah, I'm just like you in that regard, Ahmed. I'm not a fan of yellow apples. I don't like the taste. Oh no, that was wrong. That was wrong. Have to do that again. Okay. Okay. Making apple pie. Oh yeah, apple pie is really great, but I only love apples that are strong. I hate those apples that feel rotten even a little bit. Yeah, I don't know anyone who would eat a rotten apple. Oh, pears. I remember the village in my brother's granny's garden. There are a lot of big old pear trees. Oh, nice. And they do not let us pick pears because they were for sale. Ah, that's unfortunate. But did you ever buy one? Maybe they were definitely worth the price. But we were allowed to pick up from the ground. Ah, okay, that rule, yeah. And we were sitting in that garden for hours waiting for one to fall down. Waiting for gravity to do what it naturally does. They were really tasty. Never saw pears like this again. Ooh, that sounds like something I would want to have a taste of. I really like the green pears. The crunchier the better they are, in my opinion. I really like it when they're hard and, you know, it really makes a sound when you bite into them. Really fresh, really good. And you can chop them down to cubes and add them to other things. I don't know if you ever heard of a tutti frutti. It's like I guess a fruit salad in Italy where you just, it's like multiple chunks of fruit from different a different variety of fruits. So apples, pears, sometimes peaches, I think. Dragon fruit, kiwi. As I said before, dragon fruit is really like vanilla. It doesn't taste like anything, but I still appreciate it because sometimes I don't want taste. Sometimes I just want to experience the texture, and the texture is really crunchy and fresh. So in the summer that is always nice, and you can always add it to a tutti frutti, and it works out fine. They have honey taste with a nice texture. Ooh, honey taste. I like honey a lot. Not too hard, not too soft. Perfect pears. Oh, now I'm picturing I have a very clear picture in my mind of how they would taste, and oh, I'm experiencing FOMO. I would really love to have a pear like that. Kind of like in Animal Crossing where you can grow perfect fruit in New Leaf, if you've ever played that. With watermelons, I like both, but I think I like the yellow ones a bit more, but only like in taste. When it comes to taste, they are kind of sweeter. You have Easter today in Ukraine? Oh, it's Easter today in the Ukraine? Interesting. Kinda late, but hey, better late than never, I guess. So you don't, do you have Europe Day in the Ukraine, the 9th May? That's a holiday in Luxembourg and also in Germany and in France and in Belgium and in the Netherlands and some other countries like Austria and Italy. Let's see what I get. A shiny Rhyhorn! Yes! Okay. Don't flee, please. For the love of Arceus, do not flee. Please don't do this to me. Please. Okay. Okay, you're still with me. Good. Okay, let's see. Stay in the ball, please. Be good. Be good. No! Oh, why do you have to do me dirty like this? Come on, be a good one. Do it for me. Ah! Do I throw another one? I can try. I have enough red ones I kind of prepared in advance. And I mixed them. So here I have another one. Okay, you're still with me. Good, good, good. Okay, 28 Pokeballs. Let's see where this goes. 1, 2, 3. Yes! I got it finally! Shiny Rhyhorn. Jeez, that was... What was that all about? Ah, finally got that one. Took me long enough. Alright, I'm going for the Pinsir now. I know it's very late. Usually I would say, hey, good night everyone and see you next time, but this has got me hyped up right now. And I want to have that Pinsir. If I don't get it within an hour, then okay, I'm gonna call it quits. But right now there's still that fire inside me burning. Mostly also due to the fact because I've gotten them already and then they fled. And I just can't let that be the end of that stream. No, I refuse. Okay, so 15,168, that's the next frame. In my fictional story, there was a character goes back in time and he saved Newton from the apple. And he went back in time, and then he was sad that gravity still a thing. And made him a strong being that is dumb. An almighty idiot, someone who can go back in time and yet has only one brain cell working. Interesting. He also makes a mistake going to Einstein's house after he Einstein found gravity, so he ends up meeting all amazing characters in history. Oh, I see how you could kind of write that as a comedic edutational show. That would be a interesting and unique spin on that. At least I can't say that I've seen it happen too often. And I'd definitely be down to watch that. Would be pretty funny. Sure, we have Europe Day. We had World War II Day 9th May before the USSR had. But after invasion in 2014, we switched to 8th May as Europe does. Ah, okay. Okay, interesting. So it's the 8th. What do you think, guys? Will I get the pins here at the stream? Hopefully I mean, I am living in an apartment in a flat. And it is pretty late. It's now midnight. So it's Sunday right now. Technically not Saturday anymore for me. But for you, or a lot of you, it is. Not that it matters. Now I want to try, at least give it a couple of tries for the pins here. Let's see what happens. But definitely I have to kind of keep my voice a bit low. I don't want to scream too much. Don't want to wake up my neighbors. I do live in an apartment. That's kind of a dream of mine, having a house where I don't bother neighbors, or at least I can have a somewhat soundproofed studio or recording room. Oh, about one brain cell's working. My cats still share one brain cell. One had an interest to big plastic bag. Oh. And yesterday evening I gave them to them. Yeah, it is fun. Just, I mean, I'm sure you're aware that you just have to pay attention and be careful that they don't choke or suffocate in the plastic bag. So one cat goes into this bag and sits there as if it's his fortress. Other cats comes to see what happens there, and this cat decided to jump out of that bag. Oh, and let me guess, that failed. Some cats are just really silly like that. Funny part is the end of the comics. I made the character after he was angry. He picked up a rock and he threw it at someone that he hit him in the head. So this guy found out about gravity who got hit. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a interesting idea. So you said it was a comic that you're working on. Oh, he jumped right through the handle and he stuck in it. Yeah, that's classic. And then he flipped out, I guess, and the cat was just doing hijinks. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's see. Pins here, please. Shiny. Would be nice. No, that's a Rhyhorn. Okay, I'll go for a couple of times. The run around the house, one is a normal one brain cell cat, the other one brain cell cat is with the back as a parachute. I can picture that scene in my head pretty well. And I'm pretty sure I've seen cat videos like that. Okay, off to area 3 again. Okay, let's see. I'm also glad to see that your animals are safe as well. Pets can also be, unfortunately, casualties of war, and that also breaks my heart. I laughed so damn hard I didn't have time to picture it. I believe you, Alex. But until now, this has been one of the craziest Safar-Zone streams I've had, definitely. So many trolling shinies. At least I've gotten the Rhyhorn. I am kind of... Although it is Saturday, I mean... Not too much of a problem if I'm being loud on a... Or Sunday morning, but still... do have to keep it down, I think. I don't want to disturb any neighbors unnecessarily, so I hope I could make my comics become a real show to point out most characters are not human, so the dumb one is a magical skeleton. A magical skeleton? Okay. Do we have a name for that franchise thing? I mean, I would really like to see that. Definitely sounds interesting. Wish you catch everyone. I have to go. Have a nice Sunday. Thank you. And see you next stream. Have a good one and good night. Yeah, I think I'll hit the hay soon then. I was about to say I want to stream for longer, but there's now several people, especially members, that usually always show up heading to bed, maybe, and me not wanting to wake up any neighbors. Let's see if this... Yeah, let's just have this as the last reset. And next weekend I'm gonna continue. So next weekend's gonna be Safari Saturday and Safari Sunday. So if I don't get the pins here today, there's still yet another stream I can try getting it. And then I can already head to the next area 4. No, sadly I'm bad at names. I wouldn't say I'm bad at names, but sometimes I have analysis paralysis. Or just have so many options that I just can't pick one. Alright, 5 seconds remaining. Let's see, what did I hit? What frame did I hit? Do I get another shiny Oddish at the end? No, I get an Oddish, but not a shiny. Alright, I mean, it was pretty full of several unnecessary shinies that fled. But I mean, that is the risk that I willingly take when I do RNG manipulation in the Safar-Zone. To recap, what did I get? I got a shiny Gloom, 2 shiny Oddishes, 1 shiny Doduo, and finally a shiny Rhyhorn. So can't really complain. And that's it for tonight. So thank you so much for being part of the stream. And see you next time. Goodbye and good night.